here we go. Truck's breaking down again. You can see here that we've got a low coolant indicator up there next to a wrench, and it's saying to stop engine immediately. Let's scroll that over. Yep, there it is. Stop engine immediately. While I was driving, it said that it was going to stop the engine for me, and that was it gave me a 60-second timer to get off the highway someplace safe, which in my mind is not enough, but hey, I'm not the one who makes those decisions. So here's the thing. Let's shut that off there. Alright, so Occam's razor says that the easiest solution to a problem is usually the best one. Or was it the other way around? In any case, working on trucks and cars, that's often the case. At least try with the easiest solution first. And I'll tell you what, let me show you the easiest solution when it comes to coolant issues, especially if you've already popped open the hood and you found that the coolant is topped off just fine. There's plenty of coolant in there. What could possibly be wrong? I'll show you one idea. So the trick I'm going to show you is specifically for a Peterbilt 579, and this one was manufactured in 2020, 2021, something like that. So I don't know if other Peterbilt models are going to be the same. I would utilize this information with caution. This worked for me. It might work for you. So as you can see here, this coolant reservoir is topped up all the way to the top. There's really no reason for it to be complaining. All the hoses and lines don't seem to be leaking anywhere. No leaks there. That shiny spot is just from a spot that I cleaned after it had leaked, but that leak has been fixed, so that's why it's so shiny back there. That leak's fixed. But really, aside from that, everything is not leaking. So we don't see any leaks. Nothing noticeable anyways. So here's what my mechanic told me. He told me this right out here on the highway. Check the sensor. And apparently these sensors are really prone to getting all gummed up inside. And trust me, if this is hot, you don't want to get in there. Or do you? Now with this model of truck, you can actually pull the sensor right out from the bottom. We'll pull that plug out right there, and it just pulls straight down like that. And it's not going to leak. Now hopefully, if your Peterbilt or PACCAR truck has a sensor in the coolant reservoir that looks like that, this will work for you. But if it doesn't look exactly like this, then I would be wary, because it's entirely possible that it just goes into the coolant reservoir with just a hole there. I'm not entirely sure why this successfully comes out without pouring out any coolant, but it does in my case. It might not do that for you. So I reiterate once again, do this with caution. If you pull this out and there's coolant leaking out and it's hot, just be safe, guys. I mean, this stuff can get so hot it will scald you. It will leave you with third-degree burns. We're talking 200 degrees plus in a lot of cases. So don't just go yanking things thinking that it's gonna behave like mine is, because yours may be different. Pretty wild. So that's the sensor. And if you look real close, there's some white gunky stuff on there. So that's what our problem is. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Focus. So there you go. There's that white gunky stuff. That's not supposed to be there. It should be absolutely clean. So we're just gonna wipe that off. We've got a paper towel here. Wipe that off. Okay. So that's cleaned off. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. So that's a lot better than it was. No more white goopy stuff. So we're going to put that right back in here. Just a little trick. And that surprised the heck out of me when it turned out that you can just pull that out without any coolant falling out. It doesn't drain out. It just, I think this is like an enclosed, like a cavity or something. So we'll get that all plugged back in. Like so. All right. Let's see what happens when we turn the engine back on. All right, here we go. Alright, that seemed to do the trick. Now, the mill light is still on, and it's going to be on for a little while, because all that's doing is, it's basically saying that there was an error code, and it's storing that error code so that the shop can read what it is, or what it was. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything wrong with the truck now. But now, as you can see, it does not derate, it does not threaten to shut down the engine. Looks like we fixed it. We'll turn the scroll knob here. Go back one. So fault details. So it's just saying that it wants to get checked out. All messages are, let's see, 8. Yep, all 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It just says check with the service tool. And again, all that is this trying to demand that the mechanics take a look at it with their computer. But this will get you back on the road in no time, if that is the case. It's at least the first thing to look at. Now, this isn't the be-all, end-all. That's not always going to be the case. Sometimes it's another issue. And, I mean, every case is going to be a little bit different, right? Sometimes it's going to be an actual leak that you haven't found. I mean, or maybe a thermostat issue. You just really never know with these newer trucks. They're really quick to tell you that there's something wrong, but they don't want to tell you what it is that's wrong in a lot of cases. But that's an easy thing to try. Go ahead and try that first. See what happens. I hope it works for you like it did for me. I'll see you in the next one.